G'day there, it's Dave here, Dave Mills, the inventor of Tarka, with another quick video in my home series. I'd like to talk to you about power, and I'd like to talk to you about balance. Okay, so power is having a superior number of pieces in a given quadrant, a given area of the board. Alright, so let's just bring out all of our jumping pieces, shall we? Alright. Princess, prince, knights, archers onto the long diagonals. Okay, gargoyles. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flood the center with as many pieces as I can place in the center. So we can see here these center four squares. Alright, so we're not going for activity which is numbers of squares, we're going for occupation. So for starters, let's bring our knights in towards the center. And alright, that's looking good. Now let's bring our prince and princess hitting in through the center, supported by the archer. Now let's try and get some pawns up there. And now let's try and just centralize the gargoyles. And let's bring the queen also through the center. Okay, now for occupation. We're going to swing this way. Okay. And we're going to, each pawn is defended by each pawn. And we're going to bring these royals into the center. We're going to bring the knights into the center. Okay, and we can see from here that I'm really flooding the center with my pieces. Now, this is a very idealized example, but we can see an example of power, which is numbers in a given area. And there's 5 areas. All right, so the center being very important, and also the quadrant that the king is in is also very, very important. So there you have it. Power is numbers of pieces in a given area. Now let's talk about balance. What's actually happened is we've definitely got a power advantage in the center, but we can see the king is not that safe in the center with so many pieces around and so open. We can't actually, because of how we've committed to our power, our king is not safe. Power is only power if it's in balance with king's safety. There's no point flooding their zone in front of their king if your king is unsafe. And so that is the governing principle. You must be able to be in balance with king's safety. If your king is unsafe, your power is not able to execute. And also to actually get a superior numbers, means you're trading off time. So we can see here the king can't castle to either corner because the bishop is blocking it. So, I mean, getting some traction might be as simple as getting the king here, and now the power is in balance with the king's safety. So always power and king's safety. Always try and keep them in balance. All right, because your name of the goal is not to have superior forces and then lose because of king unsafety. In fact, I played a wonderful player, gentleman in the park in Lithuania, and I was able to checkmate him with my princess because he'd abandoned his king. And so he had really flooded the zone in front of my king, and my zone defense was holding on, and I was able to get my princess down into his abandoned king and destroy him. So his power was imbalanced with his king's safety. So never forget, you can lose very quickly in Tarka if your king is not safe. It doesn't matter how many pieces you have flooding a zone. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoy my home series. Give me lots of comments and ways that I can improve this. All right, take care. I love you guys all. Cheers.